Hello students, today we'll discuss paper 42 extended Cambridge 0580 Mathematics, May-June 2018. Duration of exam will be 2 hours 30 minutes. Additional materials: electronic calculator, geometrical instruments and tracing paper. My name is Nariman Malim. I am located in Baku. I am physics and mathematics teacher. Here you can see my mobile and email so we can communicate. Let's start. Question 1. Here is the list of ingredients to make 20 biscuits. So we have butter, sugar, flour and rice. Find the mass of rice as percentage of mass of sugar. So percentage is the same fraction multiplied by 100. So we divide mass of rice by mass of sugar to find fraction and multiply by 100. We get 85. Find the mass of butter needed to make 35 of these biscuits. So one of the methods, we make table for biscuits for mass of butter. 20 biscuits corresponds to 260 grams. 35 biscuits corresponds to x grams. So we make proportion, we cross multiply, so 20 times x, 35 times 260, and we find x is 455 grams. Michelle has 2 kilograms of each ingredient. Work out the greatest number of these biscuits that he can make. So actually we don't need so much of each ingredient. The most mass we need for flour, so it is a bottleneck, so we will calculate how much we can make if we have 2 kilograms of flour. The rest will be more than enough. So 2 biscuits require 260 grams, so each biscuit will require 20 times less, so we need for each biscuit 32.5 grams. 2 kilograms of sugar corresponds to 2000 grams. We divide by 32.5 for each biscuit, we get 61.5 biscuits. We don't make half biscuits, so answer will 61. A company makes this biscuit at a cost of so much per packet. These biscuits are sold for so much. Calculate the percentage profit. Percentage profit formula is price minus cost over cost multiplied by 100. So we substitute values and we get 40%. The selling price is so much, has increased by 80% from last year. Calculate the selling price last year. So selling price last year was increased by 108, 8%. And we get 189. So to find x, we divide 185 by 108, we get $175. Over a period of 3 years, the company's sale of biscuit increased from so much to so much. The sales increased exponentially. This word is misleading, by the same percentage each year. That's important. Calculate the percent increase each year. So at the beginning we have 15.6. After 1 year we have 1 plus x more, then we have this value multiplied by 1 plus x, and then we have this value multiplied by 1 plus x, so we'll have 1 plus x cubed. Then we make cube root of both sides and we find x equals 0.101 or 10.1%. The people who work for the company are in the following age groups. So we have 3 age groups. The ratio of A to B is 7 to 10. B to C is 4 to 3. Find the ratio of A to C. So we make table. A, B 7, 10. B, C 4, 3. So we cannot compare because we have different number. Let's use common multiple. For example, 40. 40 corresponds for B to 28 for A, and 40 corresponds for C to 30. Now we can compare because here we have the same number. So A to C will be 28 to 30. We simplify, we get 14.215. There are 45 people in group C. Find the total number of people who work for the company. C 45, B to C 4 over 3, cross multiply. B equals 60, A to B 7 over 10, A is 42. Then we add these numbers to find the total, 147. The time taken for each student to complete the cooking challenge is shown in the table. So we have 44 students took from 20 to 24, 5 and so on. Write down the model time interval. Model is the most frequent. So most frequent is when 44 students, so it is from 20 to 25. So this is our answer. Write the interval containing the median time. Median time is a student in the middle. So we find total number of students. So 44, 32. We add all these numbers. We get 120, and student in the middle is a 60 student. He will or she will be here. So it is 25 to 30. Calculate estimate of the mean time. Mean time formula is frequency by value divided by total frequency, but because we have interval, we will take the mid value. So mid value will be 20 plus 25 divided by 2, it is 22.5, and the same for the rest intervals. So after substitution, we get 22.8.3, three significant figures. A student is chosen at random. Find the probability the student takes more than 40 minutes. More than 40 minutes are 4 students over 120, so we divide 4 by 120 and we get 1 over 30. Right. Then we should make cumulative table. So from less than 20 is 0, less than 25 44, less than 30 is 44 and 32, so we add 76. Less than 35 we should add 28 more, so we add 28 104, then 12 more, and then 4 more, so total 20 students we have. Based on this table we should draw cumulative table. So we have it, and using this table we should find median time. So median time is time for the 50% of students, so it is 60. 50% of students is 60. So the median value is somewhere here, so it is 27.5. Find the interquartile range. The interquartile range is upper range, 75% of students is 90 students, so the value will be 33, and lower quartile is 25% of students, it is 30, and value is 24. And interquartile range is upper minus lower quartile. So we subtract and we get 9.0. Find the number of students who took more than 37 minutes to complete the cooking challenge. So we use graph. 37 students give us number of students 108, but we need more than, so 120 minus 108 give us 12 students. Finished. So this is another question. Right, let's see what they ask. Draw the image. So we have two triangles, triangle A and triangle B. Draw the image of triangle A after reflection over line x equal to. So equals to is this line, and if you need to find reflection, you should each point find mirror reflection of each point in this line. So this point, for example, will be at the same distance here. This point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps onto the left, so you should go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to the right. This will be image point, and another point is here, 1 2 3 4 5. It should be 1 2 3 4 5 also here, and then you connect all points. I'll show how. Draw image of triangle A after reflection -2 4. So again you work with each point. For example, this point -2 4 vector is this -2, 2 steps to the left, 4 steps up. So we found position of image point. The same here, and the same here. So we have 3 points, we connect them. As you see, it is the same right angle triangle. Draw the image of triangle after enlargement by scale -1/2, center 3/0. Here we can work so this is our solution for reflection, green box. This is solution after translation, yellow block. So by these vectors we translated. And now we need to find we should make enlargement by scale factor -1/2. So point is 3 1, so this is the point. So let's work with, for example, we need to find image of this point. So we draw line, long line, and image will be on the opposite side. This is why it is -1, minus, and it should be 2 times less. So we use similar triangles. So if this is 2 by 4, this will be 1 by 2. So this point we found. The same we do with that point. Again we draw a long line, and we need the length of the line to be 2 times less. So here we have triangle 1 2 3 4 5 6 by 4. Here will be 3 by 2, and in the same way, so we get this blue triangle. Describe fully the single transformation that maps A onto B. So A onto B. I think it is reflection. To prove it, we do the following. We connect corresponding points. For example, this point and this point. No, sorry, this point and this point. Connect them and find by perpendicular bisector. So this is perpendicular bisector. Then this point and this point, this is perpendicular bisector, and that one, sorry, and this point and this point, this will be. So all of them intersect at point -6 2, and to find by which angle we have intersection, we should draw these radiuses. So we should draw line segment from point of rotation to corresponding points and find this angle. So we have rotated by, if you measure, you will get 90 degrees, by 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So point of rotation is -6 2, 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Finished. Describe fully the single transformation that represented by this matrix. So for this we recall base vectors. I coordinate 1 0 becomes 0 -1. So this vector becomes this vector. J 0 1 becomes -1/0. So that vector turns into that vector. So this is because we have reflection over y minus x. So this is done. For simplify, so we just multiply powers. 3 to the first power multiplied by 5, p to the second 2 by 5, and we get, so divide. We write it in fraction form, and then we subtract exponents, so x2 minus 1, x6 minus 2, x4. Here we recognize that it is minus, so it means that 1 over square, then we divide 1 by over square, and we get 25 over m squared, but when we divide by fraction we should multiply by reciprocal, so reciprocal is m squared over 25. So here we have rectangle, area of rectangle is known, we should find w, but we don't know x. So what we know is that opposite sides are equal, so from this we can find x. So we find x equals 8, then area will be w by, we should find expression value of this, so we know x is 8, 8, 3, 24, so side is 31, 31 by 8, w give us 310, so w is 10. Here we have a figure. We should prove that, so triangle and sector, we should prove that OA equals this value, so using cosine rule. So we write cosine rule, and we see that OI is 947. Calculate angle OIC. Angle OIC we can find because we know angle side, angle unknown side. So we use sine rule. AC over ORC. OC. Here mistake. OC over angle ORC, OR over angle 70 sine 70 degrees. Cross multiplication. To find x we use sine minus 1 function of this expression. So we get answer to 3 significant figures. Perimeter of this figure we know shows that this angle is 41.2. So perimeter consists of OA, which we know, 7, CB, which we don't know, and 8 centimeters. From perimeter we can find CB, so CB is arc of length of arc. So how we find it? It is fraction of angle divided by 360 multiplied by the whole circumference 2 pi r. So this gives us angle 41.2. Calculate the total area. Total area will be area of triangle, which is half two sides and sine angle between them, and area of sector. Area of sector again we find as fraction, angle by 360 multiplied by pi r squared. Finished with this question. Complete the table for values. So you just use calculator and you find these 3 values. On the grid, draw the graph. So I have sketched this graph. At x, when x tends to 0, from negative part or from positive part, y becomes infinite negative. So we have 2 asymptotes here. By drawing a suitable tangent, find estimate of the gradient at x equals minus 2. So minus 2, I have tried to draw a tangent, and to find tangent I draw triangle. So tangent will be change of y, which is 6, by change of x, which is 3, both positive, so it is 3.0. Write down the equation of the tangent. So equation is y equals mx plus c. Tangent is 3, so m is 3. From table we know that tangent goes through point minus 2 to 8. We substitute these values and we find c. Then we write the expression for y. Use your graph to solve the equation. So function equals 0. So we just look to the graph, find at which x it is 0, and it is 105. Function equals minus 4. So minus 4 we have one solution, so read x, another solution read x, and third solution read x. 3 solutions, minus 2.3, minus 0.4, and 0.35. The equation can be written in this form. Find the value of a, b, and n. So here we don't see denominator, so we get rid of denominator here, multiplying by common denominator 6x squared. Then we rearrange and we can see easily a, b, and n. Here we have right angle triangle. We should show this expression. So right angle triangle, we use Pythagoras. Square of 6 equals square of x equals square of 2x minus 3. Square of 2x minus 3, square of first term plus 2 times product of 2 terms plus square of the last term. After simplification we prove it. Solve this equation. So we use standard formula for quadratic equation. Accurate: a equals 5, b equals minus 12, c equals minus 27. After substitution and using calculate, we get 2 solutions. Calculate the perimeter of triangle. So perimeter of triangle will be x plus 6 plus 2x minus 3. As we know that x is 3.82, negative value we don't take into account, we get 14 points. Calculate the smallest angle of the triangle. So smaller side is x, it means that we should find the angle opposite to x. So we use sine function. Sine of x equals 382 over 6. And again, to find x we use inverse function, sine minus 1 on calculator. So this is the answer. Then we have 3 functions, and they ask to find composite function hf over 8/3. So first we should find value that is given by function f, and then this value is taken by h. So value that is given by f is by substitution 0, so value h over 0 is 1. Now gh at minus 2, so first h at minus 2 is 1 over 4, and g of 0.25 equals 8. Inverse function. So to find inverse function we write y equals 10 plus divided by x plus 1. We swap x and y and solve for y. So this is the answer. Find this value. So inverse and function give us the same value. So 5 becomes 5. Find a single fraction for fx plus s. We just find common denominator is x plus 1, multiply and add. So this is dealing with fractions. Circle. Work out the following angles. So angle EBD, how to find EBD? So to EBD is half of EOD, and EOD is 180 minus 28 and 28 because it is isosceles triangle. So it is 124, so our angle is B is 62. Angle AD, the same story, is 62. Now what if we need to find some other angles? Let's see which angles. Sorry for delay. Here we are. Okay. Work out angle BEO. So BEO can be found if we learn angle AED. AD is opposite to C in the cyclic rectangle, so they sum up to 180. So 180 minus 109 give us 71, so total angle 71 minus 35 and 28, so we get 8 degrees. In a regular polygon, interior angle is 11 times the exterior. Work out the number of sides. Interior angle equals 180 n minus 2 divided by n. Exterior 360 over n, so should be multiplied by 11, so n equals 24. Find the sum of interior angles of the polygon. So sum of interior angles is so much, n is 24, so we multiply, we get 36.960. Finished.